What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. Today we're going to take a look at Foxglove the Trickster, talk about pros and cons and where to use it. Let's get into it. So, Foxglove the Trickster. We're going to kind of ignore the first skill because this is her basic attack. Doesn't really do anything. There's only a couple fairies in the game that their basic attack actually does something. A big one being Viola. But if we look at the base stats up at the top right, gives a lot of HP, regular attack and defense. If we look at special attributes, attack, block, crit, tenacity, a lot of fairies have level 400 tenacity. Having that semi-early crit is nice, but you're not upgrading Foxglove for those stats in particular. And then we first have this passive. This passive is going to be huge and is going to be a main reason to use Foxglove. Because if you did not know, in game modes like Top League, where you cannot summon your fairies, you can still do their passives. The only ones with passives are Ikoria and Foxglove. And if we take a look at Foxglove, it will trigger when it's on the current class. So when the owner has a shield, the owner's crit rate plus 3% and the duration of crowd control received minus 15%. Scales all the way up, I think I have it here, to 5% crit rate and 30% reduced crowd control. So the only thing I'm unsure of is if this is additive or multiplicative. Probably multiplicative with other crowd control effects. But I mean, reducing is still reducing, right? So you have 3 to 4 second CCs in the game with a bunch of bonuses. You can have that up to about close to 6 seconds, right about 6 seconds. Minus 30% is huge. We have other ways, which we'll talk about in a bit, to reduce that even more. But that extra 5% crit rate is huge, especially for the priest buff and marksmen specifically, because that's how they work with the never miss, as well as even the armor subclass gives itself crit damage. Now, the thing to note is there's no cooldown on this passive. So as long as you have a shield, you have crit rate and CC reduction. Doesn't care where you get it, doesn't care how long you have it. As long as you have a shield, you have this bonus. Now, let's talk about the shields themselves, right? For example, we have Rigidity, which can give you a shield when you take damage, as well as Priest, that when released pre-skill, gain a shield for 10% max HP and super armor for 5 seconds every 20 seconds. So you can see how you can kind of weave that in. Now, it gets better when we take a look at the active skill, because it itself gives us a shield. So reading the skill itself, so it just drops fists. I will show you the animation. Let's do it now. And you see I immediately gained a shield right there, which we'll talk about in a second, before the animation even starts, and then drops these punches that does damage in the area. Click the button, immediately got the shield. Boom, boom, boom. So going to the ability, so does the damage in the area, and then gives Disguise Aura. Obtain a shield for 8% of max attack every 4 seconds. The shield lasts 6 seconds. Each time you obtain a shield through Disguise Aura, gain 3% bonus damage. Bonus damage is increased, lasting for 6 seconds. Duration of shield is refreshed every time. And the damage bonus can be stacked up to 3 times. I'll explain how this works. I'm just reading it out for now. Disguise Aura lasts for 7 seconds. And for each enemy hit, duration is increased by 2 seconds up to 13 seconds. So you can get a bonus. It lasts for 7 seconds, but you can hit up to targets, you can obviously hit more, but if you hit 3 targets, you get that extra 6 seconds. And so you have it at 13 seconds. And we can kind of see how this works right here, because you innately get the shield before it even happens, and then the shield lasts for 6 seconds, and it refreshes every 4 seconds, and it can stack up to 3 times. So it actually starts at 0 with 1, and then at 4 seconds you get another stack, at 8 seconds, and at 12 seconds, which is why it does 13 seconds. So you can have 1.5 second of the full damage bonus, which will be 369% bonus damage during the, and it, remember, you're getting 8% of max attack shield every single time. Not to mention, as you level her up, you'll see at level 5 of the skill, the damage increases. That doesn't matter really, damage is damage. For every shield obtained, the player gets an additional 3% damage reduction that can be stacked up to 3 times. So you're also taking 9% less damage. Last but not least, way at the bottom, the basic duration is 10 seconds and the maximum duration is 16 seconds. The buff can stack to 5 times instead of 3 times. So you're getting like 30% more duration, as well as 2 additional stacks. So this is pretty wild. You're getting tons of damage reduction, tons of damage, and shields. Especially with the new canon rework where they're going to get a bunch of shields, you're just going to be swimming in shields. The actual Erode right here, that as you hit people, they will get this like shiny animation around them, that you're getting stacks of Erode, and it increases your movement speed as well as gives them damage over time. As you see, takes damage over time for your attack every 3 seconds, max 5 layers. Each layer movement speed, 5 layers grants extra pierce rate, so it can be pretty huge. Now, where can you use Foxglove? Earth is getting way better as far as PvP is concerned, as we see right here. Ground Fist, Erode is very huge, especially just with Carnation. If you're able to summon your fairies, Carnation can just stack Erode herself, because she does damage over time, and each tick will trigger Erode, letting you zoom, as well as making them take a bunch of damage every second. But if you're not able to summon, Earth is still a very strong one, as we see right here. Defense plus 50%, damage plus 15%. A big issue that people are running into with water in their tank builds is, while yes, your heal is much stronger, but you're tanky, but you're never killing anybody. Whereas if you looked at my stats video, defense is one of the most important stats in the game, and you can actually stack defense a lot better than HP, so that 50% goes a lot further, as well as per hit is a lot less. The only thing you're weak to is specifically pierce builds, which aren't that common. Then you're also getting this damage bonus and anti-crit, so as far as actual tankiness, I think Earth is the highest, as well as Erode does a bunch of work. And then put that with Foxglove giving you crit rate and control effect receive minus. That's very huge, even in game modes where you can't use summoned fairies. I think Earth is very strong. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.